Welcome back to Cooking for Cancer and Chronic Disease. My name is Angela Zaccanini, registered dietitian here at Hillman Cancer Center.
I'm Julia Pallas, also registered dietitian here at Hillman Cancer Center. So today we have a kind of a continuation of our kind of jazzed up sides. We're doing a cauliflower dish today. I would say cauliflower, we were saying before, pretty plain vegetable, so it's really good to add some extra spices. We're going to be adding, well, I'll kind of go through the ingredients, but we're going to be adding some Greek yogurt to it. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like a creamy cauliflower recipe, although we're going to bake it so it gets a little crispy. But the Greek yogurt, some mayonnaise, Parmesan cheese, the chives, garlic powder, chili powder, and salt and pepper.
Okay. So we have all these ingredients sitting right here. The first step is to use your frozen cauliflower and bake it in the oven at 375 for about 5 minutes. Or, like what we did, we ended up buying the bagged cauliflower and steaming it in the microwave.
So easy swap.
Right. And just to really soften it up is more or less what you want to do. Mm-hmm. So we have our cauliflower ready to go, but the next step is to mix all of your ingredients together. So like Julia said, we have yogurt, which is half a cup. We have that here. We're going to add it to our big bowl.
Right. And we used a low fat? No, we used the
2%.
2%.
Yep.
So like not super low fat, or not non-fat, but not the full Greek yogurt. But we could adjust based on your needs. If we're trying to add calories, use the full fat. If we're trying to reduce fat and reduce calories, use non-fat.
Right. And this is full fat mayo, so another tip, you can use light mayo.
Exactly. Or if we wanted to do some extra protein, we could do all Greek yogurt. I'm sure it would work just the same.
Right. Okay, so the yogurt, mayo, and then we're going to do salt and pepper to taste.
Right. Again, great way to,
wrong side.
If you are, having maybe taste changes, maybe things just are tasting kind of bland, we always say adding extra spices can definitely help. So like we said, we're adding salt and pepper, we have garlic powder, we have red pepper flakes. So all those are going to kind of just enhance the taste and hopefully help, I like to say, wake up your taste buds a little bit.
Love it. Yes, and exactly that. I mean, like you mentioned, cauliflower is kind of boring by itself.
Right.
And it is, let's talk about it a little bit, like cruciferous vegetables.
Right.
Right?
High in fiber.
High in fiber.
But if we're if we're having maybe some gas, bloating, cruciferous vegetables are ones that are definitely a little bit more gas producing. Right. So might be good to, avoid having really large portion sizes of those sorts of vegetables if, again, you're dealing with kind of gas and bloating.
Right. And so some other foods in that category, Brussels,
broccoli.
Did you already mention this?
No, I didn't. But
sorry, because I can't do two things at once. I'm mixing, so I can't be listening.
So true. But yeah, no, like Angela said, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cabbage. Anything I'm forgetting? But again, I would say those are kind of the most common gas-producing vegetables.
Yes.
Okay, so we're just, like Ange said, we steam this in the microwave just to soften it up. So it'll take a little bit less time in the oven.
Yep.
So we just pour that into our little sauce mixture.
If you are using, I will say, if you are using the frozen cauliflower and you put it in the oven, after you pull it out, you want to then increase the temp of your oven to about 400. We pumped ours up to 450 so we can get this cooking faster for you.
Right.
But 400, because you're going to put this dish in there for 15 minutes, is it?
Yes, 15.
Okay. So once you put this in like a, what do we call this? An 8 by 8?
It might be a little bigger than an 8 by
9 by 9?
Maybe, I don't know, 8 by 8 or 9 by 9. And we're just going to pop this in the oven. It should get a little nice and brown and toasty on the top.
This is a little big for our portion.
Might
we
be a
will
little
say
big.
that the bag of fresh cauliflower florets that we got was only 12 ounces.
Right.
So it's not even a pound anymore.
Right, exactly. Shrinkflation at its finest.
Yeah. Okay, so we do want to season this a little bit more with salt and pepper before we throw it in.
And
if
then,
you're watching your sodium.
I was going to say, definitely a good place to adjust, again, based on your needs. If we have history of high blood pressure, if we are just trying to watch our sodium intake, limiting our salts that we're adding onto foods is a great way to do that.
And I think So we're gonna just pop that in. Just gonna let it go. You know,
We'll
we're
pay
gonna wing it.
attention. Right.
I think this is where you can really use herbs to
Definitely.
flavor.
Right. We were saying before, so we're going to be adding chives, which
Right.
kind of give you like a mild to oniony flavor, which
Mm-hmm.
it would be great on this or will be great on this. But, you know, Andrew was saying like, oh, dill would be really good on this.
I love dill.
I was saying cilantro would be great. I love cilantro. And we always like to encourage herbs and spices because they can be really anti-inflammatory. So, you know, definitely a great thing to add just to promote our, you know, intake of antioxidants, vitamins, minerals. So,
Right. And we made a curry mac and cheese, as most of you hopefully saw.
Right.
If not, go back and watch it. But even something like that.
Definitely.
You know, like using a curry powder
Right.
in the cauliflower. Why
right.
not?
Because typically a mac and cheese, you know, it's nice and high calorie. It has some protein in there, but I wouldn't say a ton of antioxidants.
No,
But
right.
those spices definitely help us get some of that in there.
Yes. And don't get us wrong. The 3 recipes that we've made, so the green bean salad, the cauliflower dish that we're making today, the curry mac and cheese that we already made, please don't feel intimidated by these recipes or that you need to make something like this at home.
Right.
We're just giving you options and trying to spice things up a little bit. If you'd like to experiment with these things, please do so. We love that.
Right.
But on the back end, don't feel bad if you just steam your cauliflower and put a little salt and pepper on it.
Exactly. We'd way prefer you to do that than to get no veggies in at all. So
Exactly.
sometimes, you know, if it's either the easy route or no route at all, take the easy route. It's
Exactly.
totally fine. We still get great fiber, vitamins, minerals.
That's it. And we want half of your plate to be vegetables most of the time.
Definitely.
So the more vegetables you can get, the better. So if this deters you from eating more vegetables, we don't want that.
Right.
We want it to be easy and simple for you. And I know people even eat raw cauliflower.
Right.
You know, they dip it in
Exactly.
your ranch and Greek yogurt.
Greek yogurt plus ranch dip or Greek yogurt plus the Lipton onion soup mix. So good as a
Yep.
veggie dip.
Get your peppers, your
yeah.
cauliflower, broccoli. Yeah. And, you know, we enjoy this part of our job. We enjoy cooking and showing you
Definitely.
these recipes. Eric, the other dietitian that works with us, he really works hard to create these recipes and works on modifying and adjusting recipes. He likes experimenting with different flavors and spices, and he's really good at that. So we just don't want to intimidate you. This
Right.
is all fun.
Yeah, and I was going to say kind of in the same breath, yes, if these recipes feel like a little bit much in the moment, totally, you know, go the easy route. But if making kind of these vegetable dishes like this is going to encourage you to eat more vegetables,
Love that. Yes.
this is a great kind of way to do it because it's not like this took us a long time.
Right.
But again, we're adding some good flavors in. We're adding kind of a creamy texture. So if that, like I said, encourages you to get some extra vegetables in,
Yep.
we're all for it.
I love it. And, you know, we work a lot with patients who are struggling to keep their weight up, that are struggling with taste
Right.
and maybe swallowing difficulty. So these recipes are ways to pack in some additional ingredients, pack in some
Right.
more calories, help enhance the flavor, and give you what you want that maybe hasn't been tasting so good recently.
Definitely, for sure. And these are all, you know, all the recipes we make are always kind of modifiable. So for example, maybe you're experiencing something like difficulty chewing. I think because we pre-steamed the cauliflower, it's nice and soft.
Super
We're adding
soft.
kind of a creamy, you know, sauce to it. I think, you know, this versus if we think of like raw cauliflower, a lot
Right.
should be a lot better tolerated, you know, if
Definitely.
we're having maybe some difficulty chewing or swallowing.
Yeah. Wait, now I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something about that. Shoot. Shoot, I can't remember.
You think of it. Well, I'll talk a little
Yeah,
bit
you
about
keep
the
talking.
nutrition facts because we didn't talk about that just yet.
So just go out of your mind like that, you know?
So for this whole entire recipe, so like we said, we used a 12-ounce bag of cauliflower. The whole thing is going to be around 780 calories. So, I mean, that's a good amount of calories. I'm sure no one's eating that whole pan of that. 34 grams of protein, which is going to come from the Greek yogurt plus the Parmesan cheese that we haven't added just yet. 24 grams of carbs and then 57 grams of fat, which we can definitely adjust. Like we said with the yogurt, we can
Right.
use a non-fat yogurt. We can use a low-fat mayonnaise, or we can use all of the non-fat Greek yogurt. That would cut the fat down a lot.
Right.
So again, adjust based on your needs, adjust based on your liking.
Yeah. And I think this could be at least 4 servings, right?
I would say so. I mean, it was a pretty big tray of it.
Excuse me. Okay, let me pull out, see what we're looking like, because
Right.
we are going to want to add a little bit more Parmesan cheese and then bake it again.
Right.
Because you do want that crispy. We might not be able to see that because we're trying to, again, quicken the process. But
Right.
just know, you almost want that, like,
Bubbly.
you know when you do, like, breadcrumbs on
Yeah.
top? Like that kind of.
For sure.
Is this is scary.
I was going to say, this is a really hot
Yeah, I'm
oven.
not
We want to
messing
make
around
sure.
with
It smells really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's definitely getting a little bit browned here on the sides, but I think definitely at home you could keep it in.
Sure. Okay, so
So-
let's mix in our
Yep.
Parmesan cheese. Do we mix it in or
I
just
don't know.
keep it
What's
on
it
top?
saying there?
Mix well, add on
Okay.
Parmesan cheese. So it smells really good. It almost smells like ranch dressing almost in a good way.
I love cauliflower.
I love cauliflower too.
And I love Parmesan cheese.
I know. We'll just go in with the rest
smells
of this.
so good.
It really does. I'm surprised. I mean, not surprised because I knew it was going to smell good, but like it smells really great. So we'll just pop this in for what? Are we going to pop it back in? Or should we just try it just
we
like
can
this?
just try it as is.
Yeah.
The recipe does say to pop it back in again to get that little bit of browning. And typically, if you were to add more of that Parmesan cheese and not mix all of it in and add some extra on top, that's
Right.
when it would be like browned on
For
top
sure.
a little bit. But the final topping would be the chives.
For sure. Should we
Which-
scoop some on a plate and then
Yeah,
let me
we'll make
grab
it
a
look pretty.
fork. You got a fork?
I
over
got
there?
2 forks sitting right there for you.
Perfect.
Oh, good. And it's on the plate that the Parmesan cheese was on.
Exactly.
So
So you get the extra sprinkles. I'm really excited to taste this.
What I like about this is almost like cauliflower rice.
Yeah, well, I've actually had cauliflower like mash, where it's
Oh,
kind of
and
like
that's-
a cauliflower mashed potato.
Yep.
So this would be good. Imagine this like under a piece of grilled chicken or a piece
Oh,
of
yeah.
fish. That would be great.
Because I'm a
it
mashed
smells
potato
so good.
fan, and this is similar texture.
Yeah,
like,
definitely. Like
Oop.
it.
all right, add
Let's
some of
sprinkle
those
some
chives to
chives.
it.
Yeah, this will add some good color.
This is going to be a little hot, so we need to maybe blow. Oh,
I
yeah.
know. I'm scared we're gonna
Beautiful.
burn our faces off, but it's gonna.
I
taste
also
good.
love crushed red pepper,
I know.
so the more the better. But if you're, intolerant to spice, omit.
Okay, I'm gonna blow on this because I don't want to.
Don't embarrass yourself on TV.
I know. Wow. That's so good. I think this might be my favorite one of the day.
The 3 that we made so far.
Right, so we've done this, the green beans, and then the curry mac and cheese.
This is definitely my favorite, also.
This is great. I would highly recommend.
It definitely has a kick, though. So, like
Definitely.
I said, if you have some like spice intolerance or the mouth sores,
Right, cut down on the spice.
or GERD, any sort of reflux,
Right.
you might want to omit the spice. But besides that, you can most definitely tolerate this.
Yeah. Wow, this is
It's
so good. And like I
good.
said, if you're having trouble swallowing, this is really nice and soft and creamy.
Are we sure this isn't 1 serving? Because
I could definitely eat this all in one sitting right now.
780 calories.
Wow,
That's
so good.
delicious.
I highly, highly recommend this.
Yeah, definitely try this one. Leave us a comment.
Right.
Let us know what you think. Like, subscribe, all the things.
Right. Catch our next video,
Yes.
and we'll see you next time.
See you then.